I'm Debbie Godfrey. Welcome to the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. Today's pep talk, I'm going to give you a lot of different questions you can ask your kids to help them learn to think more on their feet, be more responsible, because too much of the time we tell them what to do, when to do, where to do, and it just doesn't work. They learn to tune us out. They don't listen to us, and that's one of parents' most common complaints. So today I'm just going to go through a bunch of suggestions of different things that you can say. For example, naming the misbehavior specifically, such as you can say, Mary, do you know why you keep wandering around the room when you're supposed to be in your seat? See, if you ask your kids a question like that, naming exactly what they're doing, it helps them figure out what's going on, where they're having to think for a moment, oh, I'm wandering around and I'm supposed to be sitting down right now. Because often children say, well, I don't know. And it's true that they don't know. And even if they're given a reason for it, it's usually not the real reason. And if they do give a reason, you can say, I have some other ideas. Would it be okay with you if I guess? And you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. And so that's another fun way that you can help them kind of start thinking about why they're doing what they're doing, rather than just getting in there and saying, something like, I know you're just driving me crazy, or you're out to get me. No, that's not why they're doing it. There's some other motivation, and sometimes they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. And it really isn't because they're out to get us. They really are responding to their environment in a way that makes sense. So that's why I like to look at, what am I doing to contribute to my child's misbehavior right now? How am I making it not easy for them to cooperate or do what they're supposed to do?
Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the, must not take yourself too seriously, and 6'1" since that matters, and what do I even say other than, hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble, with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
And so my favorite question is called the could it be questions. These questions, you ask your child and then you wait for him to respond. For example, you can say, could it be that the reason you wander around the room is to get my attention and keep me busy with you? This is another form of disclosing goals too. We talked a couple of months ago about all the different mistaken goals, attention, power, revenge, and inadequacy. And even if you didn't listen to those pep talks, these questions can still be helpful for you to get your children to think. Another question you can ask, could it be that the reason you wander around the room is to show me you can do whatever you want? And that would be the goal of power if you get a recognition response. And when you ask these questions, you want to look and see how the child's responding. If you see a grin or a little giggle on their face, that's called a recognition response. And you'll see that is usually what's going on. And so when you get that recognition response, just know, kind of nod your head to yourself and go, oh, okay, so that's what's going on with them. Another question, could it be that the reason you wander around the room is because you feel hurt and you want to get even with me or with someone else? And that would be the goal of revenge. Last question, could it be that you wander around the room because you don't feel you can succeed, so you don't even want to try? And that's the goal of inadequacy. So again, you want to look for those recognition responses, that the child involuntarily smiling, and sometimes they'll even smile and say no, but that recognition response tells you that the guess is right. And sometimes they'll just say yes, they'll agree with you, and that's the affirmative answer, so you don't need to keep asking more questions. You can just be like, wow, in observation with that. And and just be with your child for a moment, and instead of trying to jump in and solve everything or fix everything right away, just be with the fact that, wow, this is what they're doing right now, and perhaps there's a way I can help them find a better behavior to get this need met than this mistaken or this misbehavior that they're doing now. So asking questions, learning how to ask questions is a great way to help your kids learn to think and to take a lot of the burden off of you. So today, think about every time you want to discipline your kids, is there a could it be question that you could ask to just try to figure out, could it be that you're doing that because you're feeling discouraged right now? Could it be that you're doing that because you're mad at your brother and you just are feeling grumpy? Could it be anything related to what they're doing? Just take some guesses and see what kind of response you get. You'll either get, again, the recognition response of a smile or a giggle, or you'll get them to say yes. If they say no, trust them and believe them and move on and say, well, I wonder what else it could be, and let's see if we can figure this out together. Have a great day. Happy parenting.
Thank you so much for joining me here at the Positive Parenting Pep Talks podcast. I assume you're here because you're getting something out of these daily pep talks. And wouldn't it be great if more parents could hear more about these ideas for their children? And you can help me in a great way by liking the episodes, by sharing them on your social media, and especially by providing a review on your platform of choice. So if you could do me a huge favor and do that, it would really help get this out to many, many, many more parents. And we can all help our children feel more seen, heard, and understood, which is my life's work, is to make sure that all children feel loved and appreciated and that we can discipline them without breaking their spirit. So I hope that you've enjoyed these podcasts and will continue to enjoy them. And I really appreciate any support you can give me here at Positive Parenting Pep Talks. Thank you so much. Have a great day and happy parenting.